Hello, everyone. This is Warrior Woman 91 coming to you live from my kitchen. Unfortunately, I have a difficult subject to talk about today. I know this is my first show since 2017. This is my first 2018 show. Welcome back, everyone. But today I am going to talk about the really egregious story that came out a couple hours ago regarding the Florida Parkland shooting. I know it's been a difficult story to cover, quite frankly. The obviously some crazy guy who my publication will no longer name went through a school and shot and killed 17 people. And we've been dealing with, of course, the gun control debate regarding this. We've been dealing with just the back and forth. The CNN debate last night obviously was another thing that happened, and it's been a real downer of a week. As far as I mean it's horrible that these kids are dead. I can't imagine what the parents are going through. I can't imagine what the friends and family are going through. There really aren't words to describe this horror. And then on top of that, the news that came out a few hours ago it shocks the conscience. It absolutely shocks the conscience. There was a police officer, he was a security guard at the school, who responded to the reports of an active shooter. And he acknowledged that there was a shooter there and was there for 4 to 6 minutes, and apparently avoided going in for those 4 to 6 minutes. So what we have here is an egregious case of cowardice, of incompetence. It's another one of those things. There just aren't a lot of words here to describe how horrifying this is. I've discussed this with several people today, and it's there's anger, there's fury. It's difficult enough when you have parents burying their children in this way, and then to find out that some of them could have survived had this police officer or security guard or whatever, this guy, again, this was not somebody that was just a civilian that failed to act. This was somebody who was paid to be in this. This person was paid to be here, and he failed to act. he didn't go in. I don't know what go. I mean, obviously, when you're in a situation like that, you're scared, you're whatever, but that was your job that you signed up for. That is why you were there. And if you couldn't do that job, you should not have been there. Somebody else who was more competent or who was more capable should have been there. So again, I don't have a lot of words for how bad this really is, because you had children in that school who got killed trying to save their fellow students. They say they were in there. They shouldn't have been there. They were in there protecting their fellow students while this guy was camping out outside doing who knows what. So that's the lowdown here. According to this article, obviously I read the Daily Wire. For those of you who don't know, I happen to work there. On Thursday, the Broward County Sheriff said that the school resource officer at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School avoided the building where an 18-year-old gunman slaughtered 17 students. Says the resource officer never went in to the freshman building amid the shooting. Should have, there were kids that got killed holding the door open so that other kids could get away. And this guy is camping out outside. It's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. So, yeah, that is, that's what's going down in the news. We have a really awful situation that has just been compounded and compounded and compounded. How could this person do this? And it's it is difficult to obviously, if it was a civilian, I would say this person, you know, they failed to act. It's something they're going to have to live with, but you know, they were not, a civilian is not necessarily obligated to follow through, because they just are not. You can't demand that every single civilian follow through on something like this. But this was somebody who was there. Not only was he there, not only was he paid to be there for this very reason, but he didn't call in and say, hey, I'm having a problem. I'm not able to go in. Can I please have somebody come in? Can I have some backup? Nothing. It's just, oh, I'm not going in. I'm too scared to go in. I don't understand how you do not take action, even if you are having, and I'm giving him way more credit than I need to. Even if you're having a problem, you get in touch with somebody. There are kids dying in there. Anyway, that's my little rant here, guys, because this is a really, really bad situation. So, yeah, that's my little live stream for tonight. I don't think I'm bringing anybody on, although I do have 5 or 6 people watching. That's pretty much what I have to talk about this evening. And if anybody has any comments, please tweet me at worrywoman91, or I actually did have the chat box open for once. Yeah, it's a really horrifying story. So unfortunately, that had to be my first episode of the show for this year. I do hope to do more episodes. Again, it's just I don't have a lot of time anymore to keep this thing up and running. So I guess I will see you guys on the next episode. Again, I'm sorry that it had to be such a downer of a topic, but again, this is something that is really upsetting to me, and I'm sure upsetting to everyone. I can't imagine what those parents are feeling right now, because they were ripped off. You know, they're paying for this guy to be there to protect these kids, and he failed utterly, and he's now going to have to live with that. He's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life now, and I don't envy that. It's an egregious thing that was done. So I will see you guys on the next episode. Have a good evening.